So, okay. So in previous session, we have discussed about some of the concepts like this keyword and some other important concepts. So constructors we have completed, operators, arrays, data types, all these basic concepts has been completed. So in this session, we are going to start the concept of string handling. After that, we are seeing about method overriding, overloading, types of inheritance, about class path and access protection. Okay, sir. Sir, unable to hear you, sir. Okay. So I'm going to, sir. Okay. So let us see the concepts. So now initially I'm going to start with string handling. So already you know what is meant by a string. String is nothing but a group of characters. If you are going to write any characters, let us consider I am going to write SIVA. Can we call this one as a string means S? In real world, we can call it as a string. But if we want to talk this one as a string in our Java, we have to enclose this one inside a single quote, sorry, double quotes. So to represent a string in our Java, we are having a class called as string class. So to create any string object, we can create in this way. This is nothing but an string object. So already you know how to create an object. So in that string object, I want to place a string called as Shiva. Now listen carefully here. Whenever I am going to create any string object in the as shown in the example, here what is going to be happen internally, I am going to explain. So as string is a class, internally when we are going to use this particular new string, internally one object is going to be created of string type, and the memory is going to be given by this new keyword. What is the use of this new operator means? New operator is going to allocate the memory dynamically. So which type of memory it is going to allocate? It is going to allocate a string type of memory. So that now this is an object and it is going to be referred by s, which is a string type. And what we are going to have in this, we are going to have a string what we are passing here, and all the methods of, observe carefully, all the methods of string class will be available here. String class will be available here. That means what? Now this S can access the string what we have given and all the methods of string class. So what are the string class? Oh, sorry, what are the methods of string class we are having, and what are the different types of constructors we are having for this string? I am going to tell you in detail. But as per your syllabus, it is not important to discuss string constant pool. There is a concept of SCP. Generally, it is a depth concept, so I'm not going to discuss about the concept of string constant pool. But in this session, in the concept of string handling, I will discuss about string constructors I'm going to explain, and I'm going to explain string by, for handling a string I'm going to use some methods. There are many methods are there in our string class, but I'm not going to discuss all the methods of string class. I'm going to discuss only important methods. Right, let us start the concept now. Right, first I will discuss about the constructors. So what is the need of a constructor? If you want to create any object, for that object, if any initialization is required, that is going to be done by your constructors. So in previous class I have discussed that. Now see here, if I write string sc equal to new string, I am going to discuss a few important string class constructors. So this is first constructor where we are not having any, I'm not going to pass any string here. So what happens? only the methods of string class will be available and it is referred by s. Without string, what I have to do? Generally, string handling is what? If I am going to have any string, with that string, I'm going to perform some operations by using the methods. But if there is no string, what can I do? Okay, first one is completed. Before going to see remaining uh, constructors, one important point I want to tell you: strings are immutable. Strings are immutable. This point is important. After completing all these constructors, I will tell you what is meant by this immutability. Okay, next, second type of constructor. I can pass one parameter to this. For a string constructor, I can pass one parameter which is of type string type. So here I can pass some string. So directly I'm giving the examples. I'm not going to write the general form of the constructors. So this is first type of constructor. This is second type, where in second type I can pass the constructor. If this is first, now I'm talking about second one. So see here, if I'm going to create this object, if I'm going to use that constructor, what happens? As I'm passing some string here, it will be available in my object, string object, and all methods of string objects are string class are available here, so that we can perform all these methods on this string. Okay, this is second one. Sir, only should I pass only this particular string? No, you can also pass any character array. So initially, I am going to create some character array. Observe here. I am going to take some, already you know what is array, how to initialize the array. So right. Now I'm going to have some character array. You can also pass. Let us take this one as S1, S2, and S3. String S3. So this is first one, this is second one, and I'm talking about S3 here. I can also pass string, sorry, I can also pass character array also. That means what I can pass CH. Now what happens, sir? So in the place of the CH, all these are available. SIVA is available. So for S3, which object is going to be created? So all these are going to be combined as a string in this way. And same, all the methods of string class are available for S3. So next there are many are there, but important things I am going to discuss. And here, sorry, one more thing I can pass here. I can pass byte array. So see, byte b equal to, I can pass byte array. I am taking some values here: 97, 98, 99, and 100. If I pass this particular byte array to string, what happens? Let us see. So string S4 equal to new string of, I'm going to pass B here. That means what? You may get some doubt that, sir, in B we are having the values. That is what numerical values, but your string has to contain characters. Yes. Already in previous sessions while discussing about the concept of data types, I told you that whenever you are trying to give any number to a character types, it will be the corresponding character will be responded. That means what? So this is the Unicode of what? A. This is the Unicode of B. This is the Unicode of C, and this is the Unicode of D. Now what happens in this case? For S4, what happens? So all these are A, B, C, D will be given as a string for this, and all the methods of your string is available for this S4. And there are many other things are there. I'm not going to discuss. Anyway, finally, two more are there. Important thing, that is string S5 equal to, if I want to pass any string buffer object, remember that string buffer object, I can pass here. String buffer object, I can pass. Otherwise, if you are having any string builder object, that also you can pass. So equal to new string of, I can pass what? New string builder. So in this way I can do it, but we are not going to see all these cases. Among these, 1, 2, and next one, 3, 4, 5, 6. In general, we are going to use the concept of only second one. Mainly, we are going to create a string by using this constructor only, so that no need of seeing all those things for our exam purpose. Just remember only second one. If they ask you to explain about a string, you have to write at least 3 or 4 constructors. Okay, right now. So now you know how to create a string. some students may have some doubts that, sir, if I create string s equal to Shiva, what happens, sir? Is it correct or not? Yes, it is 100% correct. But it is recommended to go for this type of creation, because if I create in this way, here the object will be created in SCP, and it leads to some confusion. So I am not recommending to create in this way. If you want to create, you can create externally. There will be no difference for the output if you create in this way, or if you create in this way. Just if you are going to print this thing, there will be no output, so there will be no problem. So these are the constructors that are these are the important constructors that are available for your string. Okay. Anyway, just I want to show you about the important constructor. I will not show about all the constructors. Just I will show you about second constructor, that what I have taken. So see here. So observe now. I am going to take a second constructor where uh, see string s equal to new string of, I am going to take this string value here. Okay. What is the string value I have taken in my example, Shiva? So the same string value I am going to take here. So observe, just in double quotes I have to take. I am going to take Shiva, and just I want to print that. Just use system dot out dot println. See, observe now. Just if I print s, what happens? I am going to get output as Shiva. That means what? You can understand that your S is going to store Shiva. So just compile and execute that. Sorry. Right. So now see, I am going to execute that one. I am going to get output as Shiva. That means what? Inside your S, we are going to have an object of type string, and in that the value is what? Shiva. Now you are able to create a string. You are going to create a string here. Now what is the task after creating a string? You can use any method on the string. So before this, I told you that one important point is there. So this is that important point. Strings are immutable. Sir, what is meant by immutable? So first, before going to discuss the methods, we have to understand this immutability. So see here, I am going to create string s equal to, I am going to write new string of Shiva I have taken here. Please observe carefully. Now I am asking to concat s dot concat of ram. That means what? I want to concat. So I am taking the object. So this is s, and inside this, just I will take this string Shiva. Now what I am doing? Please concat a ram with our s. That means what? This ram has to be concatenated with add. That means add it to this yes. That means what? You are thinking that we are going to get Shivaram in s. It is not correct. So what is the correct answer means? So SC is what? I told you what? SC is what? It is a string type. String is what? Immutable. That means once if you are going to create any object like this, the content of that object will not be changed. Content of object will not be changed. Content of object will not be changed. If I try to change that object, for example, here what I am thinking that the content of S is going to be changed. No, one more object will be created, and what is the S content here? Shiva is the S content. So Shiva will be taken, and it is concatenated with what? Ram. So separate object will be created, and so if you want to give some name to the reference, just give here reference string s1 equal to, now see, observe here. First I have created s, and in that s I am going to have a value called as Shiva, and I try to change the value of that string, but it is not possible to change because string is having a property of immutability. If you try to change the content of any string object, it is not going to be changed because every string is a immutable. Then what happens if I try to change it? Then a new object will be created. So this is about string immutability. Now let us start performing some operations on this, that is what? String handling. I am trying to handle strings now. Just I will create one string, and I am going to perform the operations on that. So I am not going to discuss all the methods. Remember one point, that I am not going to discuss all the methods. Some important methods, nearly 10 to 15 I will discuss. Okay, right, important methods I will discuss. Right, first one. So care at, there is a method called as care at. So how it is going to be work, and inside this what I have to take, inside this I have to take int value. So for this example I am going to use this method, that is nothing but uh, if I write s dot okay, I am going to print this system dot out dot println, just I am going to write s dot char at I want to take the value 3 for example. The meaning of this one is what? In S is what? An object which contains what? Shiva, SIVA. So for every character, I'm going to have some index here. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. And this is referred by what? S. What I am asking here? Tell me the character at location 3 in S. In S. That means what? I want character at third index of where I am going to check in S. So that I am going to get output as what? A. So if I take same example, you can observe the output as A. So see here, I am taking Shiva here. Just I am taking S dot caret 3, index 3. Now if I print this output, you can clearly see that I am going to get output as, sorry, spelling mistake, right, caret. Now observe, 1 minute, right. Now observe. So I'm going to compile this. Compilation is successful. Now observe, I'm going to get answer as what? A. Caret is a method which is going to give me a character from particular location. This is about a caret method. That is first method we have discussed. Next, coming to second method. Second method, here concat method is there. Important method. So concat method is used for concatenating two strings. Okay. So first string has to call this and second string has to be passed as a parameter. Example. So I will directly show the examples here. So here what I am going to do, I am going to take one more string. So that is string S. I am taking this one as S1 and here I am going to take it as S2. Here I am going to take a new, sorry, I want to concatenate. What I want to concatenate? S1. So S1 means what? Shiva. I want to concatenate Shiva with Ram. So concatenate of, give any other string. There is no problem. I am going to give Ram. And after concatenation, I am going to print S2. Now observe here. S1 contains Shiva and S2 is going to point to what? After the concatenation of S1 and Ram, that string is going to be stored in S. If I print S, sorry, that is going to be stored in S2. If I am going to print S2, I have to get an output of Shiva and Ram combination. That means both has to be concatenated and that has to be stored. That has to be stored in S2. So now you can see that output here. So see what is the output I got? Shiva Ram, which is concatenated. So concatenate is a method which is used to concatenate only two strings, not multiple strings, only two strings. Next, if I want to check whether the two strings are going to contain same content or not, here I am going to use a method called as, here I am going to use a method called as equals. So equals method I am going to use. Let us see how it is going to be used. So now observe here, for S2 I am going to take one more new string here. So new string I am going to take, and here also I am going to take Shiva, SIVA. And observe now, I am going to take third string here. Third string, okay. Now third string I am going to take, and in this also I am going to take Shiva, but I am going to write capital S. Okay. Just I want to check whether S1 and S2 are same or not. For that what I have to do, S1 dot equals of S2. That means what I am checking here, whether S1 content and S2 content are same or not. Next, if you see S1 content, what S1 is going to have? S1 is going to have a string called as Shiva, and S2 is going to have string called as Shiva. Both are same. Even in the cases also, both are having all lowercase alphabets. But coming to your third string S3, anyway, both S2, S1, S2 and S3 are containing Shiva. But if I compare S1 and S3, here all are lower cases. Okay, if you observe. But if you see S3 here, first one is capital. That means what? S1 and S2 are not containing same. So that in first case, I am going to get answer as true. Yes, both are equal. Next, in second case, I am not going to get answer as true because it is false. Both the strings S1 and S3 are not same. Let us check that. So here if you observe, so see, answer is what? First one I got what? True. Second one I am going to get what? False. So equals is a method which checks the content of, the strings. Okay, right. Next. So these are the important methods what I am discussing here. Next, while comparing, sir, anyway, as a human beings, we know that this is Shiva, this is all Shiva, sir. I don't want to consider case, sir. Please don't consider case, sir. So now see here, I will write equals, and there is one more method called as equals ignore case. That method is what? Equals ignore case. That means what? In the name it says what? You have to compare two things. While comparing, while checking whether those are equal or not, you should not, you should what? You should ignore the case. That means don't consider the cases. So see, equals ignore case. Okay, so this is the method. That means what? According to first one, just I am using what? Here I am using only equals method. It will check what? Even it is going to check whether the cases are same or not. But if you see this one here, it is not going to consider the cases. It may be uppercase or it may be lowercase. I am not going to bother. Just I want to check whether the content is same or not without considering cases. It is yes, it is yes. Both are same. It is I, it is I. It is we, it is we. It is A, it is A. Here I am not going to consider any cases. Just I am seeing that whether it is same character or not. But if you are going to consider equals method, whether it is, what is this S in lowercase? Is it S in lowercase? No. Then what happens here? In first case, we are going to get answer as false, and in second case we are going to get answer as true. You can observe that first case false, second case true. So this is very important methods, equals and equals ignore case. Next, fifth method, let us see substring. What is that? Substring method. So substring, as you know that if you want to divide, if you want to break the string into, if you want to take some part of a string, then we have to use a method called as what? Substring. So in this substring, I want to tell, see here, just I am going to take a larger string to make it easy for you. I am going to use a method called as what? Substring. Observe. Just see this, right? Now I am going to apply which method? Substring method. So S1 is what? S1 is a string, and from that string I'm going to write some value. Observe now. Just I'm going to write 4. What I'm going to write? 4. The meaning of this one is what? I want, this is S1 is Shivaram. From this Shivaram, I want a substring from 4. 4 nunchi I want. That means what? From 4 I want. So see 0, 1, 2, 3. That means what? 4 means what? It is starting from R. That means I am going to get output as what? RAM. So if you see this output, you will get a clarity on this. Right? See, I have to get what? RAM I have to get. If you see this output, you can observe that. Okay. Right. So this is RAM. Okay. Right. This is about substring. For the substring, sir, anyway, substring, just you have given a starting value. I want to give starting and ending value, sir. Just to take starting value and just to take ending value. Now see, this is starting value, this is ending value. But here there is a small point you have to understand. This is beginning point, this is ending point. If I say, observe now, just a small example I want to discuss about this. See, I want to travel from, for example, Rajahmundry to Kakinada. So see, as you know that from we are starting from Rajahmundry, and this is entire thing is Kakinada. So if I ask the distance, what you will say? From Rajahmundry to this point only you will say. You will not say up to this point, or you will not say up to this point, or you will not say up to this point. That means what? Up to, that means what? We are not entering into that particular Kakinada. We are saying that at the starting point of the Kakinada only, we will say that we have reached. Okay, in the same way, if I write 1 comma 4, it is going to give me otherwise I will write 0 here. From 0 onwards, that means what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You may think that it has to give up to 4. No, it will give only up to 4. That means what? It will not take fourth one. It will take only up to third index, end minus 1. So that you can observe the same case here, same thing here. So see here, we are going to get what? Oh, sorry, I have not saved this. 1 minute. Right, let us save this. Now see, I got what? Only Shiva. I am not going to get what? Fourth character. That means what? In this example, you can observe. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. Up to here only I am going to get. Even I am passing 1 comma, sorry, 0 comma 4. So end is not going to consider. That means up to n minus 1 only, the index is going to be taken. Next one, next important method and easy method, that is nothing but length method. What is the method name? Length method. So no need of explaining too much about this one. Just length method is going to give you number of characters present in your string. So now observe, just I am going to write s1 dot length. What is the length of this s1? Here I am going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total number of characters in this string is what? 7. So output has to be what? 7. So I will clear the screen. Now observe here. So I have to get answer as what? 7. You can observe that answer as 7 here. Okay. So length is a method which is going to give you the length of your string. So just please wait 1 minute. Just I want to increase the font so that it will be easy to visible. Right. Anyway. Right. Next. So this is about length method. Next method. So whenever you are getting any question like string handling, you have to explain minimum of 8 to 10 methods. Okay. Next, easy method, replace method. So whatever I am discussing are important, but there are many methods. So replace method I want to discuss. Replace means what? Instead of having one, I want to replace with any other thing. That means what? Instead of in string, what we are having? Character. Instead of one character, I want to replace with another. So see here. Here there is a string called as Shivaram. In this S1, I want to replace which character? The character is A. The character is A. With what you want to replace? I want to replace with capital A. So now observe. So let us see what is the output we are going to get. See here. So wherever there is a, it is going to be replaced with what? Capital A. So initial it is what? Initial it is lowercase. If you observe this A is lowercase, this A is lowercase. But here that A is replaced with what? Capital A. See, remember one point here. Just in S1, the same thing will be there. But while printing, it is going to give you what? It is going to change that lowercase a to uppercase. That's it. But the content of S1 is not changed. Already we have discussed this point. Okay. And next, we are having one more method called as two lowercase and two uppercase. So two lowercase. If I call this one, all the characters of your string will be converted to lowercase. If I am going to use the concept of two uppercase, all the characters of a string will be converted to uppercase. So first I will use, as I am having all the characters are lowercase. Otherwise, let us take some uppercase and some lowercase. So now see here, if I am going to use S1 contains Shivaram, where it is having some lowercase and uppercase, I want to convert all the all the characters of string into lowercase. So I'm having a method called as what? Two lowercase. So now what happens? Whatever the characters that are present in S1 will be converted to lower. You may think that, sir, here already lower. These characters are lower. Okay, there will be no effect on these characters. But we are having some uppercase. No, there will be effect on these characters. So now observe. Now here I am going to show you the output. That is what? All are what? Lowercase. You may get some doubts, sir. It is okay as we are having only uppercase and lowercase. If I take any symbols at the rate 1, now what is the lowercase of this one, sir? There is no concept of having lowercase for special characters and numbers. Only case concept is applicable. That means what? Lowercase, uppercase. This concept is applicable only for the alphabets. So now if I print this one, what happens? Lowercase Shivaram will be printed and at the rate 1 will be printed as it is. There will be no change here. So see, at the rate 1, there is no change. That means some people may think that, sir, for 1, lowercase is this one. No, it is wrong. There will be no uppercase and lowercase for the special characters and that is what? Numericals, that is digits. Okay. Now, 3 or 4 methods I will discuss. Now, this is 2 uppercase. Sorry, I have discussed 2 lowercase. Let us see about 2 uppercase. That means what happens? There will be no effect on this. Only it will be affected on lower cases. So I am going to convert this one to uppercase. So 2 uppercase. Now observe. Let's see. So we are going to get answers what? All the characters of your string is going to be converted to uppercase. Next one, trim. So this method is generally used when we are filling the developing the application concept. So what trim is going to do? Uh, see here, if I am going to write my string as Shiva space Ram, there is a that means that there is some priority for space in between the two strings. That is what, after Shiva, I want to separate the word Ram by keeping a space here. That means what? This space is having some preference. So here I should not remove this. Okay, if I remove this, both are going to be combined. That means what? It is having some priority. Now see, if I keep some spaces in front and after, main thing is what here? Shiva space Ram is a main string here. But what is the need of having the spaces in front of the string and at the ending of the string? That means what? Whenever you want to remove the blank spaces before the at the beginning of the string and ending of the string, then just use trim. So let us consider, before going to explain this, what I will do, just I will print s1. Observe what happens. Just I will print s1. So observe, you are going to get exactly spaces. See, I got spaces and Shiva space Ram spaces. These spaces are not visible. Now I want to remove the spaces now. Just apply trim method and now execute. You will know, you can observe the difference. So see, observe this one, observe this one. Okay, observe this and observe this. You can understand clearly. Spaces are removed here. Trim is a method to remove the spaces of a string at the beginning and ending. Okay, right. This is about what? Trim method. This is about trim. Next one. Uh, Index of method is there. If you want to find the index of any string, let us take index of. So index of. See here, inside this what I have to pass? I want to find the index of any character. So let us take the example here. This example. Just I don't want to take spaces. Just see. I want to find the index of. I want to find the index of A. You may get some doubt that, sir, we are having two A's, sir. Which case we are going to get? If we are going to use the concept of index of, it will return only the index of first occurrence. There is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3. I am going to get answer as what? 3. Observe now. So if we are going to get answer as what? 3. Only 3. Sir, what about last one, sir? So we are going to have the concept of last index of. Last index of. That means what? So this is first one, this is last one. So what we have to do? What is the index number here? 0, 1, 2, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. So we have to get answer as what? 5. Sorry, I have not saved this. So we have to get answer as what? 5. You can observe here. We got answer as 5 here. Okay. So these are the important methods. Okay, I will take two more methods directly. Those two methods are is empty, is empty to check whether your string is empty or not. Your string, if your string length is zero, we are going to get answer as true. If your string length is not zero, we are going to get answer as false. Let us check that. Next, after is empty, I will discuss about one more important method, that is join. So with these two methods, I will stop the concept of string handling. Now observe carefully here. Now what I want to check, S1 is having what already? S1 is having some characters are there. Is it empty? Is your S1 is empty? No, S1 is not empty. So see, just I will save this. And if I ask if your S1 is empty, then what it will say? It will say that it is not empty. To say that, it is going to return what? False. So S1 is not empty. Now what I will make? I will make this one as empty. That means what? I will not take any string here. Observe. So now see, it is going to tell you it is true. That means what? It is empty. Your S1 is empty. I asked S1 is empty. Yes, it is empty. Now, okay. Next method is what? Join method, which is very important method. Observe carefully. I want to join. I want to join group of what I can say, that is, I want to join group of strings, not one or two, multiple. If you want to join two strings, then I have a method called as concat. But if you want to join group of things, for example, group of strings, then I have to go for the method called as a join method. So after joining, I have to store in some other string s2, for example. So your join method is static method. You know that all these static methods should be called by using a class name. So string dot join. What I want to join? I want to join some methods. Sorry, some strings. That is nothing but SIVA, comma, RAMA, and I am going to take comma. For example, I want to concatenate three strings. You can take any number of strings. There is no problem. Now, after joining them, just I want to see what is present in that S2. Now, observe here. So I got what? Sorry. Uh, Here semicolon is missed. Now see. Sorry, 1 minute. So cannot find symbol join. So we are going to have a method join string dot join is there. Okay, let's see. Here, what is the problem we got? We have to use the concept of string here. String S, we are having string dot join, and let us take here some other, for example, delimiter. Let us consider. Let us check this. 1 minute. So what I am doing here, string dot join, and I am passing the group of strings. Yes, it is valid. Oh, sorry. Sorry to say this. So if I check this once, you will get a clarity. Sorry. So unfortunately, I am using other system. 1 minute. So as the version mismatch also, you may get that string is not having join method. So if I take same example, I will not change anything here. Let us check in our online compiler. So which will give you correct output. Let us take online GDB. Okay. So I will execute the same program. Okay. So see, just I will copy this one. You will get the correct exact output we are going to get. Just I will copy this and paste it here. Okay. Let us take this. Okay. Now see, as we know that we are executing Java program, I will select Java here and now see. Okay, just I have to change this one as main. Now I'm going to execute this. Okay, so see. So what I got? I have all these things are joined here. So just I will remove this one here. Observe. I will remove this one. First one I am going to remove, and I am going to run this one. So see what happens here. Rama Shiva Prasad is given. What is this? I thought Shiva Rama Prasad is going to be joined, but here why it has been done means whatever the first string you are going to give for join. Observe carefully. Whatever the first string you are going to give for join, it is going to act as a separator between that join. That means what? That is particular string is going to be used for linking the strings here. If I execute this one, what I am going to get? Shiva hyphen, while joining it is going to use that hyphen Rama hyphen Prasad. Now you can see that output here. So see what happens here, Shiva hyphen Rama hyphen Prasad. So this is the concept of join method. So till now what I have explained, whatever I have explained are the important methods. There are few more methods are there. I will not explain all those concepts. Okay. So this is about the concept of string handling. If you are getting any question regarding to string handling, you have to write what? What is the definition of a string? And you have to say that string is immutable. Immutable means if you are going to create any string, the content of string cannot be changed. Sorry, the not content of this. Okay, anyway, if you try to change the content of this string, don't say that content cannot be changed. It is, the point is correct, but in clear what we have to say, if you try to change the content of any string, then the content, the object content will not be changed. With the new changes, a new object will be created. Okay. After that, you have to tell we are having a constructors, and you have to show the examples for that constructors, and finally and list out some important methods, and among these 14 or 15 methods that I have explained, explain any 7 or 8 methods. If they mention specifically explain 5 or 6 methods, explain any 5 or 6 methods. Okay. So this is about the concept of string handling. Okay, this is very important concept. Next, coming to our next important concepts, those are method overloading and method overriding, and next I will discuss about inheritance. After that I will discuss about class path. So let us see. I will tell you the concept, and I will explain the small example for that. If you are having any doubt regarding to that particular topic, you can send me a message in the chat box. Okay. Now, first I will discuss about the concept of overloading. So already we know that over. What is meant by over? Uh, that means what? Doing the action more than the limited. That is called as what? Over. Generally, it is a over. So here I am talking about what? Overloading. Generally, if you are going to consider any language, that is, for example, uh, C language or C language. Let us consider C language. If we consider C language, there, if any name, if you take any name, it should be only once. If you try to take multiple times the same name, then we are going to get what? Error. So first I will tell you a small example. Overloading. See here, I am taking one method name here. So void hi. Here I have written some definition, and again I am taking void hi, and I am changing the parameter here. If I write the same thing in our C language, it is invalid, because there is no concept of overloading the methods or overloading the functions in your C language. But coming to our Java is what? Object oriented programming. So that there is a concept of, or there are the, our Java is implementing the concepts of what? Object oriented programming. So among them, polymorphism is one of them. So see here, polymorphism is one of the principle of polymorphism is one of the principle of our object oriented programming. So there are two types of polymorphisms are there. One is runtime polymorphism. I can take it as runtime polymorphism, or uh, dynamic polymorphism, or dynamic, or we can say it as a, so 1 minute, I will write it this side. So first I am talk about compile time. Compile time polymorphism, or static polymorphism, or early binding, or early binding. Next, if I come to second type, it is compile time, it is runtime. As it is static, this is called as dynamic. As it is early binding, this is called as late binding. So these are the two types of polymorphisms we are having in Java. Sir, how we are implementing this compile time or static time or early binding means by using the concept of one is method overloading and second one is method hiding. As we are not having this concept, I will not explain about the method hiding concept. Just I will explain about only method overloading. How we are implementing the concept of method override, runtime polymorphism. So we are using the concept of method overloading. So now I will discuss about the concept of method overriding and method overloading. So as we are not having this one in our syllabus, I am not going to discuss this. Okay. Right. So now let us see what is meant by method overloading. So having the, so I am writing here definition, having same method name, having same method name with different parameters, with different parameters is the concept of method overriding. Having same method name with different parameters is what? Method overloading. Method overloading. That means what? If I take any method, let us take a small example here. Class A. Here I am taking two methods. One is M1 and here some statements are there. And once again I am taking what? M1 with one parameter that is int A. And observe now, I will take one more parameter here. Void, void M1 and I am taking one more parameter float x and some body is there and finally void m1 and I'm taking what here int x comma for example int y. Please observe this example. Here you can observe what there are four methods in a class. In a class I am taking four methods. First one, second method, third method and fourth method. My question is, are these all the methods are not all the methods? What is the name of this one? M1. What is the name of this one? M1. All the method names in the given example are what? Having the same name. Is it possible in Java? Yes, it is possible in Java. But again, some rules are there when we are going to write the same method name. What are those rules? So method name is same. Then what has to be different? Parameters has to be different. Now let us check whether the parameters are different or not. So here how many parameters are there? Zero. No problem. Come to here. Here how many are there? One. So these two are different. Here zero is there. Here one is there. Come to here. Here also one. That means what? The here one parameter is there. Here one parameter is there. Next, as both number of parameters are same, then check the type. Check the type. Here the type is what? Int. Here the type is what? Float. So there is no problem. It is valid. Next, come to here. How many parameters are there? Two are there. Here one and here one and here zero. So there is no problem. Two can be there. So again I am repeating. Different parameters means it can be in number of parameters, or it can be type of parameters. So this is the concept of what? Method overloading. So just I will take the concept once. Just I will take a small example and I will demonstrate that. So here I am taking this. 1 minute, please. Just I will somewhat I will decrease the font. Right. Now see. Just I am going to take some methods here. Observe. So void m1 same I will take. Just I will print what? Just I will print only one statement. Just I will print some statement like zero parameters. As it is having zero parameters, I will print just zero here. So just I will print what? Zero. Okay. Right. Next. After this, I will take with one int parameter. With which parameter? Int parameter. Just I will take copy this. Same example. Whatever we have discussed, I am going to show it here. I will taking one parameter here, int a. And here just I want to tell what? One parameter, one parameter int of int type. Okay. Right. Completed. Next, next one. I will take again one more, one more type, that is double. I will take because default type is double in our Java. If I take float while passing the parameter, I have to convert that one into float type. Okay, it leads to confusion. So that I will take directly double type, double A. Here I will write what? One parameter of double type. Next, finally, I will take two parameters. Okay. So just I will write what? Two parameters. Because I have taken only one two parameter method. Just I will write what? Two parameters. So int a comma, I will take int b. Okay, now observe here. Just I will write here two parameters. Now see. So how many methods you can see here? There are four methods. All the names of four methods are same, but parameters are different. So that I can call this concept as a method overloading. How to call this? Now see, just all these methods are present inside a where those are present inside a same class. The class name is test. Just I have to create one object of test, some test space s equal to new test I am passing. Now in the order I will call to not make you confused. Just x dot m1 without parameter. Next one x dot m1 with int parameter. So just I will take some 10 integer value I can take x dot m1 with some other parameter of type double. Next x dot m1 I am going to take one more parameter. Sorry, two more parameters here, 10 and 20. Now observe here, whenever I am going to call this, what happens? It will go to this one and it will print what? 0. Next, if I am going to call what? With one parameter of int type, it will go to where exact match is found here. So it will go to here and it will print what? One parameter of int type. Next, if I pass 10.5, observe here, 10.5, this 10.5 is which type? By default, it is double. So it will go to this and it will print what? One parameter of double type. And finally, if I pass two parameters, already M1 with two parameters are available here, so that it will pass these values. Let us check this. So you are going to get all outputs. Observe carefully. I'll clear this. Just I'm going to compile. Oh, some syntax is this, sorry. So here x dot m1 26th line. So 1 minute. So please wait. Right. I think everything is correct. Please wait 1 minute. So void m1. Let us say once. 1 minute. Okay. So now see, once again I'm opening the this one. I want to compile the test.java. So it is going to show me some example because error semicolon expected. Already here I have taken semicolon. Oh, sorry. It is two parameters. Sorry. Right. Now see, Java space test. So you can see the output CSC. First one is printed as what? 0. Next one on one parameter of int type, one parameter of double type, and it's going to print two parameters. So this is about the concept of what? Method overloading. Here one point we have to observe and we have to understand. Here, observe this case once. In this example, where all the methods are going to be taken, is it within the same class or is within the different classes? We can implement the concept of, see, I have taken only one class here. I have taken only one class and all the methods having the same name with different parameters has been taken only one class. That is, method overloading is a concept that can be implemented in single class. In single class, there is no problem. Sir, why you are specifically saying that in single class means, if we go to the concept of, that is overriding, there we are not implementing the overriding concept in same single class. We require two classes. Okay, I will show you that next. So while discussing about the concept of what is that? Constructors, I have discussed about constructor overloading also. That concept is completed. So now we have completed the concept of method overloading, and also previously while discussing the concept of constructors, I have discussed about constructor overloading also. Next one, I have to discuss the concept of overriding. So what is meant by overriding? It is very easy to understand, because as you understand this particular, one more important point I have to discuss here that has not been discussed. In method overloading, important point, just I will show you here. In method overloading, compiler plays major role. Compiler plays major role based on reference. Please remember this point. Later I will explain what is it. Your whenever you are performing method overloading is based on what? It is going to be method resolution. Resolution will be taken care by compiler. Taken care by compiler based on what? Reference. Same concept in method overloading. Sorry, overriding. Method resolution will be taken care by JVM based on object. Sir, what is this? We are unable to understand. Yes, I will show you with example. Please remember this point once. So here what happens in method overloading? We are going to base on what? Reference. In method overriding, we are going to be based on what? Object. We are depending upon what? Object. So what is this? Okay. First I will explain about method overriding, and I will come back to this. Okay. Sir, what is meant by method overriding? Very good example I will tell you, which you will not forget about this one. See, already you know the movie called as Bommarillu, I think. So in Bommarillu movie, there is a father character called as Prakash Raj. So I'm going to take a class called as Prakash Raj. So what Prakash Raj is going to have? He's going to have good property, money. Okay, he's going to have good properties. So property is having, and what his properties are? He's having some gold. He's having some buildings. He's having some money. He's going to have some cars and so on. Okay, right. Next, coming to, and he's telling what? He's telling his son to marry. So to whom he is telling to marry? Subbalakshmi. So it is exact name in the movie also. So Subbalakshmi. Now observe carefully here. This is what class? One class, Prakash Raj. Now what son is going to do? Observe carefully here. Class Sidhu, I think the name is what? Sidhu. His son name is Sidhu. Extends Prakash Raj. That means here Prakash Raj is what? Parent class, and Sidhu is what? Child class. Now all the properties of Prakash Raj is given to Sidhu. Now what Sidhu wants from his father? Let us consider. In movie it is not correct, but according to this example, the Sidhu wants all the money, building, gold. He require it. So he is not going to change any property method, but he don't want to marry this Subbalakshmi. So what he is going to do? Just he is going to write as it is, void method here, void marry method here. Just he is going to change the definition of that particular method. Completed. This is the concept. That's it. So now I will tell. Okay, anyway, before coming to this example, just I will give you a small clarity. So, as I am a teacher, otherwise I am a parent, I am telling you the spelling of color. All of you write down color, and I have written this one. This is my view of the my spelling of color. Before going to note down this one, unfortunately you note down the same spelling here, but your friend told that, "Arey, color spelling is not this, color spelling is COLR." Then immediately what you will do? You are going to overwrite. In our English we say it is overwrite, but in our Java concept we are saying it as what? Override. RADE. That means what? Whenever, if you are not satisfied with your parent class definition or parent class method, then you can override that one. But while overriding that method, compulsory method name and parameters has to be same. Then only we will say this concept as method overriding. This point is very, very important. So Here compulsory inheritance concept is has to be applicable in overriding, so that here at least two classes has to be present. So in our example, what I have done, father is having, parent class is having two methods, and child class is having what, only one method. Child class is having only one method. That means what, Sidhu has taken the father parent method. That means what, he has taken property method. There is no issue with the property, but whenever he want to execute this one, he don't want this definition, he want to change the definition. So he is changing the definition, and this concept is called as what, method overriding. Now, until here it will be okay. There will be no problem until here. But now observe carefully. I am discussing a few points about this. That is, after creating these classes, I am going to take main class to call these methods. So public static void main, public static void main I am going to take, and string args. Okay, let us take string args here. Now observe carefully. I am going to create Prakash Raj object. Prakash Raj, just I am not going to write everything. X equal to new Prakash Raj, for example. That means what? X is what? X is referring to Prakash Raj object. Prakash Raj is going to have what? Property. Property method is there, and also marry method. Marry method is there. But what he is saying, he is going to have a definition of Subbalakshmi. And here property is what? Here he is going to have what? Gold plus, building plus, money plus, and so on. Now here if you observe, if I, okay, I am going to create, I am going to call this x dot, I am calling what? Property, x dot property. According to the parent, what is meant by property? This one. So we are going to getting output as what? Gold plus, building plus, money and cars. Next up, if I call x dot marry, so x is pointing to which object? This is object reference is parent reference, and object is also parent object. So what happens here? If I call x dot marry, then the method that is present in the parent class, which is nothing but Prakash Raj class, I am going to get output as what? Subbalakshmi. Here there is no problem, because the reference is parent, object is parent. Next, come to child, Sidhu. So some Sidhu y equal to new Sidhu. That means what? Here object is which type? Object, this is the object. Object is which type? Object is Sidhu type. And reference is what? It is also Sidhu type. Both are child type. There is no problem. In now see here, in child, what is meant by property? The same method he is going to take. So property means what? According to Sidhu also, it is nothing but gold plus a building plus money plus cars. Okay. Next one. According to Sidhu, marry method is not this one. He is going to have separate marry method here. So according to Sidhu object, marry method contains what? Hasini. So now observe here, if y dot property, so y dot property if I call, in y what is the property we are having? Gold, money, there is a building, money, and it is going to be printed. But if I call y dot marry, I will not get Subbalakshmi, I'm going to get what here? Asini. Next, final one, which is very important, I told previously. Now listen carefully. Reference is parent type. That is Prakash Raj Z equal to new Sidhu. Object is which type now? Object is child type. Just I will remove these. Please wait for 1 minute. Very important point this one is. Now see. So new they have taken. Now what I have to write? Object is Sidhu type. See here. Object is Sidhu type. So this object is Sidhu type. Okay. But reference with Sidhu type means what? In this I am having property method, where I am going to have gold, building. Next one is what? Money and cars. Next, marry method is there, but it is which type of method here? It is, sorry, it contains what? As this is child, it is going to contain what? Hasini, not Subbalakshmi. Okay. Now here, what I am going to give? I am going to have a reference Z. This Z reference is whose? It is what? Prakash Raj, parent type it is. Now observe carefully. Z dot property. Z dot property. Now tell me whose property will be given here? Anyway, in our case, both parent and child are having same method. Anyway, we are going to get gold. Building, money and cars. Here there is no problem. But now see, If I call Z dot Mary, here very important point we have to understand. Z is which type? Prakash Raj type. And object is which type? Sidhu type. So which one we are going to get? Either Subbalakshmi or this particular Hasini. The very important point is whenever we are talking about method overriding, object plays major role. Already in previously I told you this is an object is whose type here? Object is Sidhu type, that is child type. So child class method will be executed. Okay, this is very important point. In overriding, object plays major role, but not a reference. But in the concept of your overloading. So anyway, I think it is clear. Up here, overriding is completed. Main focus will be on object, but not a reference in our overriding. But now see, with this I have completed the concept of overriding. So here compulsory in overriding two classes should be taken here. First class, that means what, there has to be some relationship has to be there. One has to be parent, another has to be child. Then only we can implement the concept of overriding. But now see, just with overloading can be implemented. Overloading can be implemented within the same class. Just I'm printing high here. Or if you want to implement in child class also, by using child class also, we can implement that. Now observe, here I am going to take void m1 of int a. Now see, the point is here I am going to print hello. Now see, class A is having how many methods? 1. And class B is having how many methods here? Class B is having how many methods? Only one method with, one method, and it is having one parameter. Now observe here, A space, super class A space y equal to new B for example. So here, this is what? This is reference, and this is what? This is nothing but what I can say here, object. Just if I see y dot m1 or y dot m1 of 10, here I will not bother about object is which type. I will not think about this one, because here I am talking about what, m1, where the concept is overloading. So in overloading I will give main preference to what, only this particular reference. I am not going to talk about object, so that by seeing this y I can decide that you have to go to class A and I have to take what, a member of this particular class. And if you see, okay, if there is no concept of what here, we are not having the concept of y dot m1 of 10. So we may get what, error. Let us see the small example here. So if I take the same example, you can see the output what we are going to get. Just I will take two classes here. Okay, one class contain, let us take class A. In this, what I'm going to take, I'm going to take one method without this, and next I'm going to take class B. Class B extends A, and you can observe this. Just here also I'm going to take one method. Just here I will take one parameter. So right now here just I will print hello, and in first method I will print hi. Here I will print what, hi. Now see here, just in my test class, what I will do, I will remove all these methods. Just I will create objects and I will call that. Okay. Now see, just I am going to create I have to create which object? Superclass object, and the object is subclass type. And just I will call x dot m1 and x dot m1 of 10, because two methods we are having. Let us see what happens here. Now listen carefully. So I am going to compile this. See, clearly it is saying what? Method 1 in class A cannot be applied to given types, because observe now here, 1 minute. Okay, here in class A, what is there? M1 is there, and here in B, what we are having, M1 of int type is there. For this, what I am going to give? I am going to give what? I can give subclass object to superclass, but while calling this, if I call x dot m1, x is which type? I already told in overloading concept, who will get highest preference? reference is going to get highest preference. So X is of which type? A type. So it will go to A and it will check for M1. So M1 is available. There is no problem. But coming to X1 dot M1 of 10, so it will not see about the object. It will not check the object. Just it will check the reference. So X is which type? A type. Directly it will go to A and it will check for M1 and it will check for one parameter. There is no parameter. So there is no one parameter here. So we are going to get an error. So now see, just if I keep that comment, we are going to get answer. Hi. So this is the example of method overloading and method overriding. In detail, we have discussed about this. So method overloading and method overriding has been completed. Next, very important and easy concept. So I will show you with example, clear examples I will show you. Class path, setting a class path. Please observe, in three ways we can set a class path. One is by using uh, -cp, second one by using class path attribute, and third one by using environment variables. Environment variables. I am talking about what? Three ways of, I am going to talk about three ways of setting the class path. So first one, so first I will explain briefly and I will show you the examples. If you use this one, if you use this CP concept, then what happens? This is temporary, temporary for that command execution. Only in that line it is restricted, command execution. That path will be set, that path will be set only for that particular command. If I apply class path, it is also temporary, temporary for command prompt. That means what? If you close that command prompt and if you open once again, then what happens? That class path is going to be destroyed. This is permanent. If you close or if you open, if you shut down the system, again if you open the Java application, if you run, this path will not be changed if you set in environment variables. Right. First, what is meant by class path, sir? So your compiler, your Java compiler and your JVM will check for classes. When it needs, it will check for the classes. So where this compiler and Java has to check for the classes, that path is called as what? A class path. If you are going to, if who is going to check for classes? Compiler is going to check for classes and JVM is going to check for classes. I have to tell where you have to check. That path is called as what? A class path. How to set that? So see, okay, one more point I have to the last point. So see, that point is, sir, till now I have not this, I don't know about this concept, so that I have not set any path in my system. Then what is the path? What is the class path, sir? If you have not set any path for class, if you have not set any class path, then by default, current working directory will be your class path. Current working directory. That means what? Current working directory will be your class path. Will be class path. So it will check on your current working directory. Best example I will show you. Just I will take this test. See here, test. I am going to take this test here. Then I'm just I will delete test.class here on the desktop. So 1 minute. So test.class I am going to remove this. Now see, I am going to create a class. Already a class is there. Sorry. 1 minute. Okay. Just I will take a new folder and I will show you that about the class paths. Right, see here. This I am taking the class folder name as B here. Just I am going to paste here test. On your desktop, there is no concept of, just I want to not make you confused. I will remove all these concepts, all these files. Okay, please see. Now, because you have to understand, this is very important concept which leads to some confusion. So please observe carefully. So there is no concept of any type of class files on my desktop. Right. Now see, till now I have not set any path for the classes here. Okay, please wait. Please be in mute. 1 minute. Okay. So now see, till now I have not set any path. So automatically my path will be what? Automatically my path will be what? So here main dot class is there. I will remove that one also. Right. There is no class file on my desktop. Now see, my Java file is present in B. So my current working directory is what? Okay, anyway, I will keep this Java file on my desktop. There is no problem with this. But now see, here I have not done, I have not, see, I am compiling this Java space test.java. Now a class file will be created on my desktop. Observe here, see here. Three class files are created because, anyway, I will not make you confused. Just I will have only one class file so that it will be clear for you. I am going to remove this. See, just I will take only one class to not make you confused. Okay. Just I will print the statement hi. So system dot out dot print. This is very important concept. Generally, it leads to confusion, but I'm going to take one example here. Right now, see, I'm having only one class, so that one class file will be created here after compilation. You can observe that here. So now observe here. I'm going to compile this, and if you observe on my desktop, one class file is created. Okay. Now, if I am executing this, observe Java space test. That means what? This test is nothing but class file. Where it is going to search? Till now I have not set any class path, so that it will check on in my current working directory. That is what is my current working directory here? My current working directory is desktop, so that it will check on my desktop. So see, on my desktop, is there any test.class? Yes, it is there. So that it will execute that. There is no problem. But now see, first way of what I can say, setting the class path. That is, now see, uh, Java space hyphen CP. That means what? I am telling class path. I want to change my class path from this to, see, yes, I am going to change my class path from this to, now 1 minute. Just I want to copy this address. Right. Sorry. Anyway, so I will write this one. Otherwise, just I want to copy this address. This path I want to set this path. Okay. Now, just I am going to copy this. I will delete this one also. Right. Now, I am going to set my class path as C. I'm going to paste. I'm going to set this class path as B. In B folder, observe now, in B folder, is there any file or any class file called as test? Not there, but I am trying to execute C test. So what it is telling, clearly saying that you are searching for a test class, but it is not available in your current working directory, because I have set my class path as what? This one. It will not check in current working directory now. The class path of your Java is what? This one, for this statement only. Now if I execute, for example, if I execute Java space test, I am going to get output, because now what is the class path here? Desktop, current working directory. But if I execute this statement, here, the class path will be what? B now. Now see, I will remove this test class here and I will place it in B. Okay, is there any test.class on my desktop? Not there. That means on my current working directory, it is not there. And I am changing my directory to current class path as what? B. That means from now it is going to check the classes in this path. Now see, yes, I got output. That means what? For this particular statement execution, the class path is set to this particular location. This is first way of setting the class path. Now again, if I execute here, the class path will be changed. Now it is going to check on where? Check at which location? Desktop, current working directory. So I'm going to get an error, because in my current working directory, there is no concept of what? Test.class. Okay. Now, second one, by using a class path, I have to set this. So I have to use a set and I have to write class path in either lowercase or uppercase equal to, just I will paste the above thing here. 1 minute, I will copy this and paste. Okay. So I'm having already this folder. Just I will copy this and I will paste it here. Right. Now from now, see, from now my class path will be what? B. That means if I write Java space, anyway, first I will remove this and I will place in I'll place it on desktop. Now see, is there any class file test in my B folder? No. But my current working directory, sorry, my currently I have set my class path as what? B. So directly if I write Java space test, it will check in where? It will check inside B. Is there any class file B in here? No. Again, if I check again Java space test, it is going to check in where? In B folder only, because until this command prompt is going to be closed, the class path is going to be set to B only. So that if I write here Control Z, here I am going to get test.class. Now see, if I am going to place Java test, I got that particular output. The reason is what? Your current working directory is desktop, but where your class path is B. That means your Java is going to check for the classes in this location only. This is about class path. Second way of setting the class path. And final one. Finally, okay, you may get some doubts, sir. Anyway, class path is this one. Let us close and open once. I have closed this and I'm opening command prompt and I'm going to desktop. So my current working directory is what? Desktop. If I write Java space test, where it is going to check? Whether in the B folder or on the desktop, it is going to check on desktop, because that class path is going to be set only until that browser is open. Sorry, until that command prompt is open. But now onwards, oh sorry, again, now where it is going to check? It is going to check on current working directory. That is nothing but on desktop. Is there any test.class here? Not there. Where it is? Here. If I copy this, if I cut this and if I paste it here, anyway we will get the answer now. There is no problem. So now see, that means what? It is checking in current working directory, not in the class path what you have set previously. This is about setting of class path. And finally, this is very important. How to set class path in where is that? In your environment variables. Go to my computer, go to properties, and here you have to go to advanced system settings. This is the third way and important, and this is the permanent way. So here you can see a button called as environment variables, and observe here we are having system variables and user variables. If you set any variable here, it will be applicable for all the users in the system. So I will apply here. So I'm going to take this one as class path, and I want to set my class path as B folder. B folder. So that I will take this address. Sorry, 1 minute. I will take the address of B and I'm going to copy this path, class path, and I'm going to set it here. Now see, from now onwards, my class path is what? B only. If you close this one or not. In B, is there anything? In B, is there anything? No, no class file is there. But on my desktop, what is there? Test.class is there. Okay. Just I will, after setting the class path, you have to close the command prompt and you have to open. Settings has to be applied. Now see, I am going to check on my desktop. But where is my class path? My class path is in B. So if I check on desktop, what is going to be happen? I am not going to get it. I am not having any class file here. So if I am having the class file also, where it will check? It will check in B only. But is there any class file in B? No. Let us take whether it is B or not. I will check. I am placing it in B now. Now see, if I execute this, I am going to get an output. That means what? The class path is set as B here. Now I will close this. Again I will open. Again I will open, see. Again I will open, sorry. Again I will open this. Again I will open this and I am going to desktop. Now Will it check in desktop or not? Is there anything in desktop? If it is checked, if it is going to check in desktop, I have to get an error that main.class is not found. But I am getting outputs here. What is this? Test dot Java space test. Sorry, Java space test. So I'm going to get output because already if you the class path is set for your entire users as B only. That means it will check only in B now because that path is permanent. If I shut down my system and if I on my system, once again if I running the same thing, the class path is set as what? The class path is set as B folder only. If you are not going to set any class path, if you are not going to set any class path, then what happens? Then default directory, that is what the current working directory will be considered as your class path. Anyway, I am going to remove this because I don't want any class paths. Right, I have deleted it. I'm going compulsory. I have to click all OKs. Okay. So this is about class path. Any doubt? Very important. Class path concept is very important. So if you are having any doubt, please send me a message in chat box. Otherwise, you can leave. The session is ended. Right. Right. So as you are not having any doubts, I'm going to end the session. Thank you.